Good morning, René. I was just out for a little spin, and I thought I would drop by.
Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. Today it's time to start a new video series called Balanced or Not Balanced. The basic idea is reviewing vehicles quickly because a lot of people have asked my opinions on specific vehicles, so why not create a series which basically just goes through them in simple ways at the time that they're released. So we're going to start doing this with new vehicles every update, especially ones which are more lower tier since they're easier to grind out. Since I do grind everything out fully, I never request stuff like that from Gaijin. So starting off, we have the Sd.Kfz.222s, the German one and also the Chinese one. Both of these were pretty fun to play. They were also super easy to research, which is a big plus. The big difference between them is the guns. Whereas the Chinese one has access to the KWK-30 20mm, the German one has access to the KWK-38 20mm, which means that the German one has a bit of extra firepower because it gets access to the PzGr 40 HVAP. They also have different sizes of magazines on the gun, and then also different fire rates, which basically means that the German one is able to get rid of its rounds a lot quicker, so you can do a ton of damage. The only issue that I've had with these vehicles, I would say I've had with the Panzer II as well, and I think there's some weird desync when it comes to the guns, where only a portion of them, if you're shooting a ground target, actually does damage to stuff. It feels really weird. One of the nice things about the German one as well is the smoke canisters that it gets access to. It means that repositioning is super easy to do, and the Chinese one doesn't get access to them, so it's pretty tough to do. And overall, I would say the German one was a lot more fun experience, basically because the lineups around it are a lot nicer than the Chinese ones. When I was playing the 222 for the Chinese, I was just coming up against full German teams, which it was basically Germany versus everyone else, and it was kind of nuts, I'm not going to lie. And it didn't feel great facing vehicles that you couldn't pen, like the 140/1, and also even stuff like the Panzer II. Whereas with the German 222, since you have the HVAP, you can pen a lot more vehicles, and you can do a lot more damage, and also reposition with it. Even though these have only slight differences between them, the power level is completely different between them, and the German one is a lot better than the Chinese one. The Chinese one definitely feels much more like an AA, where the German one feels like a scout car, where you can, flank and do a ton of damage. Very similar to like the 221, for example, with the good old squeezy gun. So overall, if you're going to play one of them, I would play the German one. Both are pretty entertaining, and I'm super happy to see them in the game, just because they're an iconic reconnaissance vehicle from, of course, the Second World War. Hopefully we get more vehicles like this, like the 251. That would be nice to see, and hopefully people enjoy the more mobility playstyle instead of armor focus. As always, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. I'd just like to thank Millie Draper, Juan the Panda, Nick R. Kupila, Carrion Crow, Gus Irenicus, Pyman, Merciless Reaper, Orange Tail, Teddy, Daniel Stanton, Moxie B. Young, Peter Grayling, Jerry Provolt, Bareen, Alan Hacker, Sem Arslan, Uncle Bean, Derek R., and Lafouche for supporting the channel.